Hello, believers, non believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time.
Woo! What's up, everyone? I'm Sapphire Sandalo, and this is Stories with Sapphire Live, the live stream I do every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Can you guys hear that? Just like a helicopter flew over, and it just like felt like a horror movie was about to begin. Like, goo, you know that like bass. I have a lot of things to update everybody on. So while everyone's trickling in, I'll do my little spiel. If you want to send in a story or an email, a question, or you want to say hi, you can send it to here. Email is on the screen the entire time. StoriesWithSapphire@gmail.com. And this cool shirt I'm wearing. Last night I went to this, what do you call it? It's like a sneak peek of the new Nope attraction in the back lot of Universal Studios Hollywood. So if you've been to the theme park, there's a studio tour where you take a tram, and you get to go. Oh no, am I too loud? And you get to go behind the scenes. You get to like drive through all these like sets. And so for the movie Nope, coming out on July 22nd, they put a set from the movie there that'll be there permanently, and we got to play like carnival games and stuff, and I won this shirt. So it's pretty cool. Ooh, forgot my necklaces. It's very hot in here today. It's always hot in here. Anyways, I do have another cool thing to update you on, but I'm going to save that for after our first story. Let me check the chat real quick. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Cool. All right. So, was there something else I wanted to update everyone on? No. I'll remember later. Anyways, so without any further ado, here's our first story. This one's called The Strange Man in My Dream. Strange men in dreams is never a good time. All right. Let me just make sure they don't want to stay anonymous. Cool. Here we go. Hi, at the Sapphire. My name is Maggie, and I just want to share the strangest dream that I ever had. It happened a few years ago, and I could still vividly remember everything, except his face. I was 15 at the time, and up to this day, I'm still wondering who that person could be. My dream started with me being in an abandoned tourist attraction. Ooh, theme park. It is such a waste to see a big mansion and playground in this condition. The playground was located in the front yard of the mansion. It's hard to explain, but the layout was very similar to the picture below. Oh, the ball pit is only in a small area, not this big. Okay, so there's a picture of like a ball pit. However, the net in my dream was torn. The playground was covered in dust. There were cobwebs in every corner, and everything seemed odd. There was a group of people whom I've never met. To be honest, each of us is a stranger to one another. Some of them are chatting, introducing themselves, making friends, asking why we're here and stuff. But I remained quiet. Finally, a lady wearing a black dress, tight bun, and glasses stepped out of the mansion. Honestly, she looked like Miss Peregrine. Anyway, she guided us inside of the mansion like she's some sort of tourist guide. The interior was very dark and old, like nobody had lived there for years. She then led us in front of the stairs and said, "Come down, guys." Then a bunch of spirits went down the stairs. I knew they were spirits because their feet were not touching the ground as they climbed down the stairs. To my surprise, none of us were scared or weirded out by the sight. They all went to us and began chatting with us. They were the friendliest spirits I'd ever seen. Everyone was happy throughout the tour. We talked like we were all friends for a long time. Finally, the tour came to an end. Our final destination was at the backyard where a pathway with hedges on the sides could be seen. At the end of the path, there's a stairs that would lead you to a big gate. The lady in the black dress instructed us to bid our farewell to the spirits as they are not allowed to leave the area. Everyone started saying their goodbyes. Then a man around my age walked towards me. He smiled and started hugging me. I don't know why, but I could feel the sadness and longing in his embrace. I don't know him at all, but he seemed to know me at that time. I missed you, he said. I was surprised to hear that, knowing that I've never met him. I remained silent. This is the only time I got to see you again, he smiled bitterly. I remained silent again because I didn't know what to feel. He then chuckled after seeing my reaction. For the last time, he hugged me, and before saying, "Go on, you still need to wake up." Again, I was not weirded out by his statement. I waved my hand before turning around and started walking to the stairs up the gate. The moment I stepped my foot outside, I woke up. I opened my eyes naturally. So naturally that I could compare it from opening your eyes when blinking. I didn't feel sleepy after waking up like I was really awake for a long time. I could only utter, "What the hell was that?" after recalling the dream. Sadly, the only thing I can't recall is his face. I shared this story with my mom, and I don't know why I felt so sad that I started tearing up. I'm still confused about that dream since I never got to see him again, in real life or my dreams. Who do you think he is? I hope you could read this in your future episodes. I love them so much. Oh my gosh, that is actually like really cool. And I'm going to tell you why it's cool. Can you guys hear those dogs outside? Oh my gosh. So, first of all, I think the fact that this dream was so vivid, I actually think this might have been an astral projection. I don't think that this was just all in your mind. I really think that the location you were was some sort like was it I think that you were in the spirit realm. I really do. It sounds like it. It I just think it is. And for whatever reason, I think there is a reason why you were not able to remember this person's face. I don't think they wanted you to remember it, but they wanted you to remember the experience. I think if you remembered the face, I don't know. I think because I have heard stories where like certain details are extracted, and it's usually because they just don't want you to remember that. Anyways, I don't know if that's helpful at all. But speaking of dreams, speaking of weird dreams, all right, you guys know I have told this story many times. I have weird dreams. And my very first like real like WTF paranormal thing happened while I was dreaming of my grandma's house. And maybe like a month ago, I had another dream that took place in my grandma's bathroom. Again, it's always in her bathroom. And then something happened. I don't want to talk about that one. Not because it's like personal and like I don't want to share it, but like personal as in like I want to keep some stuff to myself. And I had another dream last night that took place in my grandma's house. But it wasn't in the bathroom this time. It was in the living room. And I remember it was very stressful. I was just uncomfortable. It was a stressful dream. And I woke up. And I know for a fact I was awake. And I wear an eye mask. So even if I open my eyes, I can't see anything. And I woke up. And I just heard the sound of wind chimes in my left ear. And here's the thing. My mom gifted us these really big wind chimes, and I just hung them up recently, like 2 days ago. I hung them up in our yard. And we sleep with our bedroom window open, so you can like kind of hear like, you know, sounds in the yard. And so that was my initial thought. I'm laying there, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm just hearing like the chimes in the yard. And as I'm thinking that, it gets louder. Like it... And then I'm thinking, like laying there, and I'm kind of like half asleep, half awake, but I know for a fact I am awake. I just like get this, like, I'm not scared. I just feel very calm. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's not the like chimes in the yard. I'm like, what is that? And I was just like very confused. But then it like kind of lulled me back to sleep. And it seriously sounded like it was right here. It was so clear. Not even in my ear. It felt like it was in my head. So when I woke up, I was talking to one of my friends who is a medium, and I told them about that. And I was like, I don't know if that's anything. Like, could have been the wind chimes in my yard, or it was wind chimes in my head. And then she said, actually, in Southeast Asian cultures, it's believed that when you hear wind chimes or gongs, that's your ancestors talking to you. And I just got like full body chills. I was like, oh my God. Because like that is a sign that I had been waiting for a very long time. And what's also kind of cool is like, wait, what was kind of cool? Oh, sorry, not cool. Like part of why I do think that is what was happening is because I was having a stressful dream. And remember remember my very first like WTF moment where I was having a stressful dream, seeing this like dead woman, and then I woke up and I heard like singing like in front of my face. Looking back, it felt similar to that, where it's like I am having a bad dream and then I wake up and I hear something very clear. And it reminded me of that, and I'm wondering, because that freaked me out so much, I'm wondering if my ancestors are like, okay, Sapphire's a freaking scaredy cat, so let's communicate with her in a different way. And the wind chimes, I just remember feeling very calm, like it just like put me like right back to sleep, but it was like very, very loud. Anyways, I wanted to share that. Isn't that cool? If you've been keeping up with the lives, you'll know that I was missing hearing things. So I'm very excited. Anyways, okay. I know most of you are like, what the hell is she talking about? Okay, so if you are a live stream regular, you'll recognize this name. You love this name. This next story comes from none other than a diva. Sorry, I'm not sure what your pronouns are. They have sent in multiple stories for the live stream, and they are always an effing banger. So strap in. Let's go. I have been saving this story for a while because if this was the first one I sent, you wouldn't believe me. I still have my doubts on this as well, but you be the judge. This story is from the perspective of my grandmother. I will try my best to translate her words. I'm scared of my brother's wife. Not because she's strict or rude, but because sometimes she changes. Not in a bad way, but she just doesn't act the same. Sometimes you may walk into her acting completely differently or dressing in a particularly weird manner. There have been countless times where I have seen her speak in different languages or speak in a lower tone. My brother, however, never seems to notice these things. She was a beautiful woman. Black, curly hair that almost touched her knees, smooth, fair skin, soft, pink-colored lips. I always thought she had a weak immune system because she would get sick very often. She would get sick for staying up too late and other very silly things. We took her to the doctor, but she never got diagnosed with anything. She took many pills, however, which ended up making her weaker in the end. I remember one time, way better than the others, when she got sick. I had never seen her this week before, completely bedridden. Whenever the doctors would come to check on her, they would end up getting sick as well, almost as if no one could touch her or even be near her. Sometimes she would wake up screaming and yelling, saying that she saw someone circling her bed. Other times, she would stay up all night staring at the ceiling. I think part of me believed that there was something otherworldly happening with her, but I didn't want to believe it. I wanted her to feel better. My brother, above anyone else, felt miserable. He needed his wife more than anything. As she got weaker, you could see her body completely falling apart. She did not look the same. She looked paler than before, her eye bags worsening by the day, and her eyes looked bigger as she was losing weight like never before. She looked like two big eyeballs on a skull. Sometimes looking at her would shake me to my core. I finally approached my brother with a proposal that we should look for a priest or anything other than medical professionals that could help us with this. So that's what we did. The day the priest came, I remember him lighting candles and chanting what we Muslims call surahs or du'as. He threw holy water on her, but she never fought back. It was like she was just a sick woman, nothing more, nothing less. However, the priest did tell us to be careful because he could sense something in the house and not inside of her. He said the spirit may have attached itself to her. What happened next, I will never forget. One night, I was sleeping, and I got awakened by my brother's wife as she screamed my name in a very deep, low tone. As I went over to her, she told me that she needed to talk to me. So I sat down on the bed right next to her. "I'm in love with her," she said, as her voice got even lower. Oops, I didn't do a low voice. "I am in love with her," she said, as her voice got even lower. Who I was speaking to at that exact moment was not my brother's wife. I didn't get scared, almost as if my senses weren't working. Maybe it did not want to scare me and really did want to have a conversation. I asked it why it wouldn't leave her alone, which then became clear to me. It said that it loved her. This energy told me that it did not want anybody near her and that it only wanted the best for her. We had the priest back into the house, who then left religious markings all over our house. My brother's wife got better in a couple days, and we never felt that energy again. She still gets scared from time to time, but nothing attached itself to her after that day. I'm sorry this story was a little bit longer than the rest I sent, but I have seen my grandmother's brother's wife, and she still looks exactly the way my grandmother described. 2 big eyeballs on a skull. Very disturbing at times. Whoa, yet again another banger from a diva. Ooh, that's creepy. And that is called Possession of the Lover. Ooh, oopsies, what happened? Yeah, that's wild. It did get rid, they did get rid of it. Yeah, that's so wild. I think it's so extra creepy to me when spirits do things that make you remember that they are kind of pretty similar to humans in that they feel things that humans feel, except they live in a completely different realm of reality and they don't die. So it's like even creepier. Oh my gosh. Y'all ready for another one? You know what I just realized? I did not bring my deck into the room. I had a very hectic half hour before I hopped on this live stream. Okay, so I'm a little like discombobulated. I thought that I had fallen for a phishing scam, if you know what that is. Phishing with a PH. Not fishing like the band. And it was just like threw me for a loop. My heart is like still pounding from it. I think I'm okay. I don't think I got scammed, but I always get really freaked out if I think I got scammed. All right, but I'll still do the reading. I'm just going to pop out to grab my deck when we do that. Let's do, all right, here's last story and then we'll do a reading, yeah? This one's called Ghost Stories. Okay, that's not a great title. Here we go. I would like to share with you a story based on real supernatural events that me and my friends experienced. Me, Ronnie, and my 3 best friends, Ada, Alina, and Bay, were driving from upstate Oregon to Crescent City, California to stay a few days by the beach. We arrived at the small house. We set down our bags in the room we decided to stay in. It had a door that connected to a bathroom. What we found strange was that in the bathroom, it was a nice, woody aesthetic. However, on the wall facing the mirror by the sink was another mirror. We did not like this. Me and Ada are supernatural enthusiasts, and I am a pagan witch. So mirrors facing mirrors did not sit right with us. We brushed past it and set up some comfy foldable chairs that were stored in the closet. The sliding doors to the closet were both very large mirrors, and in the room, we noticed 2 very unsettling bird paintings of what looked to be red sparrows. I'd felt a strange connection to the painting on the left, but ignored it. After Ada made a delicious dinner of soup, bread, and salad for us in the Airbnb kitchen, we were having fun, talking, and laughing, and at around 9 p.m., we decided to play Truth or Dare. Classic sleepover game. We were having fun, giving each other dares, normal things like screaming, Eggs Benedict, off the house's balcony. Ada dared Bay to let us blindfold them and have them feel around the downstairs for the item. We were giggling as we watched them look for the small jar we'd chosen for them to find. We were all behind them as they felt around the air to make sure they didn't bump into anything, when suddenly they felt the air in front of them and apologized. We asked what they meant, and they took off the blindfold, looking at us confused. They turned to the spot where they'd felt someone and said they felt like they were touching someone and thought it was one of us. We went back upstairs and ditched the dare. We stopped playing after that. Later that night, I was laying in the bottom bunk, and as I was falling asleep, I felt someone wrapping their arms around me. I turned around and saw nobody. I just ignored the feeling and went to sleep. Ada lay in the chair facing the mirror. She tried to sleep, but every time she closed her eyes, she heard whispers. And after she felt something touch her shoulders, she silently crept downstairs and slept on the couch. The next day, we held a seance. Ada played loud static in my earbuds and blindfolded me. She'd ask questions, and though I couldn't hear her, according to all three of them, the answers were tracking. I don't remember saying or doing anything, but they said I yelled bath repeatedly. The shower in the downstairs bathroom wouldn't turn on. When we left the house, I put pennies under both the bird paintings and the old TV in the room Ada said she saw someone standing in. When we got in the car, I realized I forgot to take the sheets off the bed. We told them before not to follow us home when we left, but we forgot to say it when we left after taking the sheets off the bed. I haven't felt alone in my room since that trip. Creepy, creepy, creepy! I like that one. That one's cool. So people in the chat, if you weren't already aware, there's a couple there. I mean, it's a belief in like multiple cultures, but I know that for Filipinos, if you face mirrors, if mirrors are facing each other, it's bad luck. In superstition folklore, mirrors are thought to be portals and could be access to other realms. And when you have two facing each other, it sort of creates this like this looping energy, just like back and forth, which is no good. And speaking of mirrors, I think I've mentioned this before on the stream. There is a little girl in my house who uses the mirrors to like travel. I still haven't seen her. She hasn't manifested for me, but I think it's because she knows not to. I think she did appear to me and my dog one night in the middle of the night. I think I mentioned that. I've told that story. Anyways. Oh, hey, Adam Lombardo. So close to 200K. Anything special planned? I don't have anything special planned for 200K. To be honest, I'm gonna be taking a break just from the animated videos. I'm still gonna do lives. I'm still gonna do the podcast, but I need to take a break from the animated videos soon. So make sure you check out the video that went up today. I know you guys want me to do them more frequently, but they're the ones that take the most out of me. So until I can afford to like hire people to do the art, like I just can't. Like I can't explain it. It's just like it takes so much out of me, and I'm just like, I love writing them, but I hate illustrating them. So I need to hire someone to do it for me. But until then, I need to take frequent breaks. Honestly, like that's how I make sure each video is a banger. You want me to take breaks. You need me to take breaks. If I don't, all the stories I'm going to give you guys are going to suck. And you're going to be like, Sapphire, quit YouTube. So this is for your own good. Okay. All right. So it's time for your reading. Let me, I'm going to grab my deck because I forgot. So talk amongst yourselves. I don't know. Okay. I always forget what I'm doing here. I want to turn there we go. I'm back. Okay, so if this is your first time joining, every live stream at the very end, I like to pull a card from my favorite deck, Angels and Ancestors. It's always a great card, great deck. I love it. I love the artwork, and I love the messages. I actually just recently bought a new deck that I might start trying out. It's called the Wild Mystic, and it has animals, and it's like black and gold. Wait, what? It's dark? Oh, sorry. Your chat, the chat is delayed. Sorry. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so sweaty. Oh, I got a haircut. You guys like it? Summertime haircut. Summertime haircut. Okay. Let's see. Let me tap in here. Oh, have we had this one before? The Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Ooh, I love that it's blue. Goes with our theme today. Cute. Okay, here we go. What was it? Stargazer? Here we go. Stargazer. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child and in your innocence believing that your wish could come true? The Stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak, with its sparkles and light, shows that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. Isn't that sweet? Stargazer. All right, everyone, this is your message for this week. Set your sights higher. Dream bigger. Because anything's possible. And it's not like... Oh, it sounds so corny. This is going to sound corny. But, like, it really is true. I can't tell you all how much I have manifested in my life. And manifestation is so much more than just sitting down and being like, I want this thing. It's not that. It's about, like, rewiring the way that you feel about yourself and the world so much to the point where the universe cannot ignore it. The universe is like, oh, give this girl everything she wants because she knows exactly what she wants and she's willing to work for it. Also, it's a full moon. This is a great time to set intentions. I haven't done my full moon ritual. I haven't done it. I'm going to do it later tonight. If you guys want to also do it, it doesn't hurt. What I like to do is I just write out everything that I would like to let go of in my life and everything I want to bring into my life. And I just write it down. I take a candle and I go out in my yard and then I just look at the moon and I just sit and stare at the moon, see if any images or messages come to me. And then I just like reflect on all of the things that I wrote down. And then I stare at my candle for a little bit. And it's really nice. Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated. Full moons are just like a really good time to reflect. So that's that. I hope you all have a great full moon. I hope you have a great week. Remember, Stargazer, set your sights. What is it? I immediately forgot. Set your sights higher. And I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful day.